accounts describe a catastrophic chemical spill that caused the federal government to order the evacuation of a nearby community to take large portions of land under their control.
The truth behind the myths. And thus, the Helltown mythos was born, with its grain of truth stemming from this reality.
A woman in Texas says she's found the legendary chupacabra.
By the Martin family, who dedicated the rest of their lives to getting answers about his disappearance.
Right there. See? Look. You see what else?
Hello and welcome back to Tales from Delphi National Park, the podcast where my friend Ben and I talk about the weird, scary, mysterious, true stories that happen in our neck of the woods. Today we're in your neck of the woods in Ohio, near Akron. Where is this place? I want to. You have a better explanation.
We're at Cuyahoga Valley National Park currently.
He does that really, really well.
I do it very well. I say the word Cuyahoga very well.
Cuyahoga.
Possibly correctly. And we're basically...
We don't know, yeah.
It's a big... it's a smaller national park, but it's like a big state park level size strip of forest.
It is a national park.
Yes.
It is a national park.
Yeah,
legally speaking.
Legally
Yeah.
speaking.
Should it be? We'll talk about it. And it's between Cleveland and Akron, so northeastern Ohio. That's where we're at.
And it's special because we're on site at the location we're about to talk about.
Yep.
And then also, in the same way, we're joined by David.
A special guest.
Hey.
Say hi, David.
Hey, hi. Hi.
David, tell us about
Your childhood.
you and who you are. If you see, by the way, sticks and stuff coming into frame, it's because Ari, who was our last second special guest, is making sure the fire stays lit, and we really, really appreciate
We appreciate that.
He's the producer on this episode.
He's the
doing a
producer on this
fabulous
episode,
job.
helping us make sure
He's the
we're
man
still
behind the
warm.
camera, making sure the camera doesn't turn off.
Yes, exactly.
Throwing wood at us.
So if we scream at him or if he does something stupid,
Does that
you
count?
get out. You are done.
He's walking away from the camera now.
Just
Dejected.
walks into the lake and disappears.
that's
Godzilla.
where Ari's in. Okay, sorry. Back to
What am I
David.
saying?
David, tell
What
us
do you wanna
about.
say?
Yeah, tell us about who you are.
Oh, I'm David. I'm here. I'm a homeless man, and I work on cars,
He does.
and I have a job maybe.
David was our producer of the last one, and we kept
Yeah.
referring to as a homeless man. So
Yeah, I do not claim responsibility for the camera mishap last time. I was sitting in a chair being distracted. So
No, it was not David's
Watch
fault.
the
yeah,
coat around
but you can
it.
blame me for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't have to blame
Yeah,
you.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not
we'll
gonna.
see.
It wasn't your fault.
But yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I love the outdoors. Love camping.
He's a good
love-
friend of
love
Hunter
road
and mine.
tripping, and I know these guys. So
Yeah.
I think
I'm here, and I think the camera.
Ari,
All right, could you
is,
move the coat off the
is it
camera?
just for the rain?
Yeah, it was just
Oh,
for the
just
rain.
take it off then,
Just
I
take
guess.
it off.
Here we go. Transition. Other way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that'll
it
work
goes-
though. Oh, there you
okay.
go.
Oh.
There you go.
Guys,
Oh, no,
Still
we have
in
full
see the
frame,
whole
everyone
camera
good?
now. It's crazy.
So- still
Beautiful.
good.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, David. You keep being interrupted.
No, I think that was everything I was gonna say.
Great, and you are so Ari was a for sure
Hoosier?
resident of Indiana, a Hoosier.
Mm.
Where were you born and raised? From?
I was born and raised in South Central Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
So I've seen farms there, a lot of woods up in that area, and yeah, now I live in Ohio, which is far less interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, we're here in Ohio now. We're in a nice part of Ohio.
Some people call it hell. Would you call it hell?
I might call it a Helltown, perhaps.
Oh, you're getting ahead.
Oh, my bad.
It's
my
funny
bad. Yeah,
you should
yeah, it
say
could-
that,
it could be.
David. Because as a random coincidence, Helltown seems to be the topic we're actually talking about.
Of our discussion. I was in the smoke the last one, and I'm in the smoke this one.
We did move the entire
Sacrifice.
set left.
I'm
a
not
little bit
moving it now.
And
We're
now
not,
the
we-
smoke is
to
followed.
avoid this.
So.
Yeah, it's followed us with me. Oh, here's a little tear.
He actually is. There is a tear. It's
There's a
rolling
tear
down his
coming.
cheek. It's about
I'm
halfway
just
down.
letting you
right
know
now.
how much work and effort I put into these things, and it makes me sad. And
Hey,
it
we're
makes me
getting there.
emotional.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
You got this. Lock in. Shut up.
Just Just shut up and let's get moving. Yeah, so the topic today is Helltown, Ohio.
I wrote a little paragraph.
Did you?
Like an intro.
Did you want me to read it?
If you want to read that,
Is it the one on the top?
it's the very top one.
Okay,
If you want to read that.
Helltown, Ohio. According to local legends and internet speculation, Helltown is an abandoned village resting forgotten in the forests Cuyahoga
You got it.
Valley.
Nice.
And depending to what source you read, has been host to chemical spills, satanic cults, child murderers, ghostly figures, and even cryptids like the Wendigo.
Really checking all the boxes there.
Yeah.
They
All
are.
the
They're
above.
hitting everything.
All the above.
But is this town even real, and does it lay waiting for the careless visitor to stumble upon amidst many horrors? To find out, Hunt-
I wrote it as Hunter and I, but you can say Ben and I.
Ben, Hunter, and I decided to recruit.
Bro is in the third person now.
I wrote it from my perspective, so I said Hunter. But it's you,
Ben,
me, and Dave.
Ben, David, and I.
Sorry, I'm like
Ben,
trying to
David, and I
interfere. I'm running
decided to recruit
interference.
2 of our friends and go see for ourselves.
True.
This
And-
is Tales
From Delphi.
from Delphi, and today we are exploring the truth behind Helltown, Ohio.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm sorry I butchered that so much.
I
That was
wrote it
really
wrong.
well written.
I wrote it wrong.
No, that was
No, you
really
did-
well
you
written,
did a
and here
good
I
job.
am.
You did a good job.
It
Thank
was,
you. There is a grammatical error in there because I changed a word.
Don't
So
admit fault.
it's okay.
Never admit fault.
Open source.
Act like it
open
was
source
a-
research
act like it was-
process.
So yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know if there's anything else you want to say. I'm excited again. Ari joined us, and he's the extra friend who we took. But yeah, so David's gonna be the one talking today. I'm excited. Again, we're really excited that you're here. We're trying to post now twice a month. We've decided. Every other Friday wasn't working. It just wasn't. And
This is making him emotional again.
Is it
I'm
every
sorry, I
other?
keep crying.
Isn't every other Friday twice a month?
It is technically twice a month, but
But you're saying more just like
if
generally.
I say
two in
every
a
other
month.
Friday, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna be consistently on the day.
Yeah, so we're going to try to
Necessarily.
post twice a month.
We got some stuff in the pipeline.
We have some stuff in the pipeline, and again, if there's more people who continue to subscribe and are really really interested in this stuff, the better it's going to be that we can actually get it on time. So your support, your appreciation, just continuing to strive us forward, and we like to make this stuff for us, but we also like to make it for you. So we're excited to continue, and hopefully the more and more we get, the better this is going to be, and the goal is to help us. You can help us make it better. So we're really excited about that. But for now, get on cozy, gather around the campfire as we are right now, and today we're going to hear a tale on Helltown, Ohio from Delphi National Park.
Okay.
Okay. Delphi. Wait, no.
Helltown.
Helltown, Ohio.
Delphi's real. It's real, and we're here right now.
Helltown,
we're communicating
Ohio.
to you through
So
the Matrix.
You might have heard of Helltown, Ohio. It was super popular for a bit in time. I don't know if you have it down here, but didn't Blumhouse say something?
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, it's out of context. So
Oh,
in
okay.
context, I think there's a 2016 Travel Channel documentary, and I say that with really big air quotes.
Massive air quotes.
It's like, you know, the meme where the History Channel past 3 a.m. is just the guy talking about aliens. Have that and put it on steroids, because this documentary takes Helltown and throws everything into it.
Yes.
So
All
that's
the
why the
things.
Wendigo
Government
is in there.
conspiracy,
Government conspiracy.
The Wendigo, cults, it's
ghosts, the
all of
whole
them.
shebang. And for some reason in my research, I found for some reason that Blumhouse Productions, which makes a bunch of like horror movies,
Yes.
had done this random tweet around 2016 about, oh, we're going to bring the horrors of Helltown, Ohio to the big screen.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever made a movie about Helltown, so I did, yeah. It was talked about
just
that.
It was
dropped it and-
popular enough that Blumhouse was like, we're
This
gonna
is a
do
big thing. This is a
Yeah.
story that we
And
want to say. so.
History Channel was to do it, and so
Yeah.
There's actually a guy who did a whole thing on History Channel. What was his? Do you remember his name?
Who did?
He did like the talking through the History Channel documentary and how it was like absurd and like you sent me
Oh
the video.
yeah, we can link that video.
We'll link the
It's-
video.
It's so funny.
It is so funny how he talks through it.
But he like
so.
breaks it down and how ridiculous the
Yes.
documentary is. Like
Yep.
there's guys they cite as expert sources, but they're just like actors, and they've been actors in previous documentaries by the same channel as like different experts in different things.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
it's so
sure they're
funny.
just very talented people who have studied a lot of things. Okay?
Master of all.
Let's
Um,
not discount them too easily.
Let's not get carried away.
And I guess I can't be too harsh because I don't know if it's trying to be real history, but it's not presented as
No, I
fake.
think it's fake.
Like it's presented as dramatized.
Yeah.
It's just
Like it's fake and it's entertaining. You can kind of tell from the vibe, but I don't think they ever say like, "Oh, this is a." They might at the very beginning, but it's presented very straight, even though the stuff is goofy in it. So
Right.
just so you know,
Just so you know.
if you want the real story, check that out.
Smoke. Back of the stupid
it's
smoke.
not ironic. Everything's real.
Everything is real.
Everything is real.
Everything is real all the time.
So, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, but we're excited. So first, you have here is the legends.
Yeah.
So
I can maybe read this part,
let's-
and then
Ben, you'll start.
David, you can read some stuff further down as we get into like the specific
Sure.
legends.
Yeah,
But
just let me know.
I'll kind of set the story here because I'm the researcher.
He's the guy who knows all the things.
I know all the
He
things
knows
because
everything.
I have too much time on my hands specific times of the year. Hunter, you hang in there. Do what you need to do, man.
I'm trying, man.
Take a lap if you need to.
I'm trying. It's really difficult right
It's
now.
burning through, so hopefully in the next hour or so you'll be okay.
All right.
But anyway, let's get started. In Summit County, Ohio, which is where we are now, lies what was once the thriving rural community of Boston Township, Ohio, which is now a part of Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Passing through, and these are the legends. Everything I'm saying here is just folklore and what people have said, word of mouth. As you pass through, you may encounter local authorities who are said to regularly patrol the roads and order any passersby to move along without giving a specific reason. Driving along the main road through what remains of the town, you will find a turnoff onto Stanford Road, an old, crumbling country road leading into the woods. About half a mile down this road lies the Stanford House, which serves as a visitor center and inn for the park. I'm going to read one more paragraph.
Yeah, go
and
for
then
it.
we
One more
can go.
paragraph.
Soon past this point, you will find a road closed barrier referred to by some as the end of the world,
Spooky.
which marks the start of the road to nowhere that allegedly leads to the ever elusive Helltown. Some legends claim a local satanic cult put this sign up to keep unwanted eyes away from their bloody rituals. Others tell of an axe-wielding serial killer who fled from local police down this very road and now roams the woods seeking his next victim. Still others claim an evil supernatural force of some kind has caused several deadly crashes along this road, causing the town to close off this section from the public. So that's a good start. Of it.
Ooh.
What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, that's there's a lot there.
The evil supernatural force of drunk
The-
driving to cause people to drive off the road.
What could it be?
What could it be?
What's the common cause? Gotta
Yeah,
be a
there's
thread.
so much. Yeah, there's the axe-wielding serial killer and the satanic cult that put the sign up there so people would go. Yeah, we went there and we saw these things and.
I saw the axe wielding serial.
We saw
killer.
all these things.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, every one of them.
yeah.
Yeah, there was just like 4 people sitting around a fire.
There was a Wendigo. There was a
yeah. He was
axe-wielding
just sitting there
murderer.
chilling.
Yeah.
He was sipping on I think like a latte or something
Yeah.
like that. It was.
Short
he was,
guy.
he
Short
was just
king.
sitting on a brewski, a
Oh,
good old
yeah.
Bud Light. He's just sitting there talking and looks over and he gave us a little signal and we knew, man. We knew he was just a homie.
I think I like the idea of the road to nowhere leading to somewhere. Like it's the road to nowhere, but it also leads to
Leads
Helltown.
to Helltown.
Like road to nowhere almost sounds like a creepypasta where it's like you get transported to a road that never ends. But also the legend says it's Helltown, so you know.
Yeah, and it says it's the end of the world.
True.
It is there is no world beyond that.
Yeah,
it
we've
is
been.
the end of the world.
This
We've
is
been,
it.
Yeah.
The butt crack of sorry, I guess it would be the armpit. The armpit of Ohio is the end
Either
of the
or.
world.
Yeah.
It's not an armpit. It's a very beautiful park. I'm sorry, but
Oh, it is,
moreover, it's in the crack by Akron and Cleveland and all those places. But yeah,
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
that there's a lot there, and if we continue reading,
Yeah, we have some more specific stuff. As we said, we visited this road and we've walked the full length of it, so we can give our discoveries in a bit. But if David, you want to start by reading a little bit about what lies past the end of the world, you can take like maybe
What lies
these.
past the end of the world? Okay, yeah.
read
all
however
right.
much you want, honestly. But
I'll probably do like.
if you want to do
I'll
two,
do like two. I'll
Hunter can do two.
We'll see how
and
I'm
then-
feeling. We'll see
yeah.
we'll see how the vibes go.
Yes, sir.
If one were to climb over this roadblock and follow the road into the forest, numerous fearful sights may await them. Scary.
Mm.
We're starting off with abandoned buildings. The monkier Helltown is most often used to refer to the several decrepit buildings that sit along this road, a section of Boston Township that was abandoned by its residents decades ago. I lost my place. All right, one
fine.
particular house is said to have an unexplainable light shining from its upstairs window every night.
Ooh.
That's scary.
But nobody lives there. How's there a light on?
How could the light turn off during the day if no one lived there? Or maybe it's just on all the time. Either
if
way.
the light is invincible, why can't I see it?
Bro,
Invincible.
It's a joke. You want to
it's
get
an,
it?
it's
It's
a
an
reference
invincible
to the
joke.
hit
The
TV
show
show
Invincible.
Invincible.
If he's
which
invincible,
sounds
why can't I
kind of
see
like
him?
invisible.
Yeah.
So it's anyway.
I feel like so abandoned on these times. I've given up on the world, and I've decided to seclude myself to my own category of social outcast. So therefore, I don't have to continue to look at the news or these newfangled terms. You know,
It's a show. It's not the news.
It's number 2 on Prime right now.
yeah.
I
behind
sound like a
Reacher.
boomer when I say all that.
It's a good show. You should watch it.
You should
but-
watch the show.
I've heard
I'll
it's
show
really
the
good,
show.
actually.
Yeah, would
so
recommend. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, another larger building, a closed-down funeral home, or a former slaughterhouse, depending on who you ask,
Who knows?
is said to have been the site of several grisly murders, with the ghosts of its victims sometimes being seen peering out its windows.
Hmm.
They hit the slaughterhouse,
Yep.
they hit the funeral home, and then the ghosts are still there. It's hard to beat that
There's
one.
a lot here. You know.
It is a
Yeah.
lot. Yet another building is said to be home to a local man who will chase you down in an old hearse if you get too close to his property.
what? It's like, why is he? I don't know. Why is your
Can I
main
just-
car the hearse?
Can I just say, there's
Dude.
an article that I found that we will link. That's this person who lives in the area who went through every single local legend and like broke it down,
Oh.
both what it is and like what any like truth basis it has, like any basis it has in truth or reality. So that's like all this is source for them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
shout out to them. But anyway,
I think it's funny that it describes all these abandoned buildings and all this stuff. And again, there could have been a time where all these existed. We saw none of that.
yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alerts. We saw none of that.
We saw
but-
an abandoned building.
so cannot. We
When I
saw
was
did
chased
see an
by a man
abandoned
in a
building.
hearse. for
yeah, you
violent
might not
violent
have been
misconduct.
chased. David was by that. Hearse,
Yeah,
man.
you didn't see it. I was running so fast.
It was invincible.
The stupid joke.
What are you talking about? It's the best joke ever created.
Yeah, we didn't see any of those things, but again, we can't verify if those things are true. So
They're non-falsifiable, which is great. That's
I'll
what real
read.
truth
I'll
is.
read C.
Yeah, it's actually B, but yes, you can read the next
Yeah,
one.
okay, I'll read
I
the-
accidentally
We
it
can go.
didn't-
We can flip flop. So
Yeah, that's a good
the
idea.
cursed school bus. Local stories tell of a horrific school bus crash that killed all the children inside, all of whom were buried in the cemetery hidden within the forest. The crash bus now sits hidden deep in the forest and have been used by either serial killers or satanic cults to hide the bodies of the children they've murdered. Locals then tried to tow the bus away, only to suffer terrible injuries or even death in the process, leading the townsfolk to eventually leave the cursed husk where it is to lie. Some have claimed to have heard the laughter of cries of these children or seen the ghosts in the bus when exploring the forest at night. Is it?
Is it going? Let's
yeah,
go.
where'd you find all that?
Ari's got the wood.
Oh, that's insane.
Let's go.
Bro.
He's keeping us warm. He's
He's
keeping
gonna
Throw
us
some
keep
of
warm.
that
us
on there,
warm.
dude. The fire is. Oh my word.
It's still. It's kind of just not.
Here's
going.
Ari giving it. Oh,
Jeez.
it was snowing before. It's doing it again.
Guys, I think it's snowing.
So somewhere in the woods, there's just a bus full of like a dozen dead children.
Apparently.
Okay.
And apparently they're all buried in a cemetery, which I guess we can mention the cemetery now.
Well,
Yeah,
I,
we
I
went-
mean the not the children who died in the bus, but like the serial killer victims.
Oh, that there's like bodies
Yeah.
inside. Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah,
that's part of the
idea,
legend.
that's
We
part of the
did
legend.
go to the local cemetery that's right around this area, and we specifically went there to kind of see if there was any evidence of a bunch of children having died at a specific point in time. As far as we could tell, that was not the case
was
for
not the
that
case.
cemetery. But you know, it says I think the legend is that they're buried out in the woods somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
who
Okay.
knows?
Who knows?
Who
Non-falsifiable.
knows?
Non-falsifiable. That's what truth
it's
is.
better that way. If you
So-
can't prove it wrong.
True.
Exactly. The satanic cult activity. Ben, do you want to read that one?
I'll read this one, yeah. As mentioned some before, there are rumors of a satanic cult operating under the cover of the forest. They are purportedly the ones who blocked off the road, the ones murdering children in the forest, and also allegedly secretly operating out of an abandoned church in town that has candles burning in the windows day and night and has an upside-down cross on the front of it. There's also apparently a man who lives in the church basement and guards it from outsiders, hiding his face from anyone who tries to get a look at him. These legends are connected to another rumor. The 1984 film, The Children of the Corn, was actually filmed in Boston Township, and that some of the satanic props from that film are used by members of the cult to this day.
Literally
That's an
1984.
insane
A lot of stuff here.
allegation.
So let me say, first of all, the
This
Children of the
fire-
Corn
So this fire is about to be huge.
is going to be insane.
I think all that wood is very wet, dude.
It'll take
I
a while, but that's
don't
steam.
think-
That's
Well,
steam.
find out.
It's like a sauna. It's like a sauna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bathe in it.
For the visual listeners.
Audio listeners love you to death. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Is
Sure.
that what-
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love them to
yeah,
death.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
missing out on a lot of suffering that Hunter is enduring right now.
I'm
so.
going back and forth.
If you want to see Hunter suffer, check us out
Check
on
us
YouTube.
out on YouTube. Yeah.
You will get the
You
full
can watch
view
him move side to side, and then the smoke
of
follows
the
him moments later.
gassing that he is receiving right now, the trench warfare that he is
Yeah,
being.
he's literally experiencing World War I right now.
We can-
I'm gonna just do this.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll lean in with you here.
It'll be
I
goofy.
think it's crazy. First of all, the cult allegations is a must.
It's a must with stuff like
It's
that.
a must with stuff.
I'm starting to notice this. Yeah.
It's constant. If there's a spooky forest or anything like that, people are gonna be like, "Bro, there's a cult there." It's like, yeah, dude, good point.
Cults are scary.
They are. They
Especially
are.
murder, Satan cults.
Yeah, and we said it before on the other one, but satanic panic, all this stuff, like
Mhm.
caused a lot of people to have this, so it makes sense. But the the one that I think is insane
Mhm.
is the Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
The fact that they use movie props.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
they're
dude.
authentic satanic props.
Yeah. Who's
I
gonna
guess
remake those if
certain
someone already
knives.
made them?
Yeah, I mean, if you have them, and if you're a movie set, you're just like, hey, here's these props. You're probably just gonna leave them behind, or be like, hey, you guys gonna use them? Local cults, like, sure.
Like the film crew's
Donate
like,
them.
hey guys, I just want to let you know.
That's very Hollywood, you know.
Ari
Supporting
just,
satanic
Ari
cults.
just keeps finding wood.
Let's go.
He's just gonna keep us warm.
Oh, I
yeah.
get the
So
smoke
we
now.
we
Oh.
oh poor David. Yeah, David sees my.
I shouldn't
pain
have left
now.
my eyes open for that. I thought I could take it. I couldn't take it.
It's okay. It's all part of the process.
It is.
Um,
process.
yeah, that's just it's crazy. And we saw the church too, and the church was nice. No
well, there's
candles.
there's two churches. So there's
There
one
was.
that is abandoned, right next to where we explored, and it's just like an old church building. I think it's private property because they had no trespassing signs for like the back
that was
part
a
of
church
it.
too.
Yeah, that was a church as
Okay.
well. So it's abandoned, which is in line with the legends.
It
But
is.
there was no little man hiding his face and guarding us from the basement.
Well, also they wouldn't let us in the basement because of the no trespassing.
True, it
sign,
was locked,
but-
so we couldn't. Again, non-falsifiable. But then the other church, that is the one with the upside down cross.
Yeah.
If you're doing okay, David.
Oh, I'm doing great, dude. Oh, I'm never better.
It's the pain.
Keep going, keep going. It's funnier.
The other church is in like a populated part of town next to like a bunch of taverns. It's next to the Winking Lizard Tavern, It's in a nice set of town. There's a coffee shop there we stopped at.
Yeah, coffee shop
And
was
the
great.
upside down cross is just like the part of the architecture. It's just the arch. It has like some pieces of wood that kind of are shaped like an upside down
Well,
cross.
it's like these three-lobed.
Be careful
Ari's
with those
laughing.
eyes. Be careful with those eyes. Spare yourself. It's
The
cinematic.
upside down cross is just like these three-lobed wooden like flower type things with like,
Yeah.
and it's hanging down below like a wooden stick.
And then
So,
there's
you
an
know,
Yeah.
actual cross on the church,
there is,
Yeah.
yeah, there
like
is.
a normal one on the top where it would be. So, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's non-falsifiable.
Non-falsifiable, what are you gonna
Who
say?
can get in the mind of the designer of the church?
All right,
you know?
so toxic waste spill and government cover up. David, you want to talk about that one?
Oh, this
What's
is
that
very
one?
David.
Oh, big fan, dude.
He's a big fan of government
Toxic
cover-ups.
waste spill and government cover-up. I
Yeah.
support them all. actually. Still other accounts describe a catastrophic chemical spill that caused the federal government to order the evacuation of a nearby community to take large portions of land under their control. Exploring the origin of the abandoned buildings that make up Helltown, they also framed the creation of Cuyahoga
Yep, you got it.
Cuyahoga Valley National Park in 1974 as a cover-up of this disaster. Nevertheless, the spill has allegedly led to long-term health problems for the town residents, as well as mutilated, monstrous animals lurking in the forest. With the many claims that surround Boston Township and Wait, is this like the
It's just a
outro?
transition.
But yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
can
okay.
read it.
If you want to read it,
read
you can. Or if you want me to us to read it so your eyes can be spared.
No, I think I can keep going.
Keep going.
You're being debuffed right now.
With
This
the
is-
many claims that surround Boston Township and Helltown, it's difficult to separate fact from fiction. Of course, some claims are simply not falsifiable, as we've said. Dude,
Non-falsifiable.
you knew, dude.
That's what real truth is.
And many conspiracy theories often are. Based on some research I've done, I being Ben, I
Ben.
did not research this at all.
I tried my
The
best.
true tragedy of the abandoned town starts to come to view.
Which will be next.
Ooh,
I like
okay,
a good conspiracy theory.
First, all the conspiracies. Yeah, we heard from all these things. It's back to me now.
It's whoever talks. It's voice activated.
Oh
Come
my
hither.
God!
Yes. Come to me. Come to me.
That's crazy! Oh my God!
David, say something.
All right, I'm just going to start talking over here because apparently I'm the only one who is immune to the smoke after suffering for 5
no,
to 7
never mind.
business
It's
days
just-
No,
earlier.
no.
It's
It just
stayed.
chooses. It does as it will.
It does as it will.
It's a free
So-
agent.
Was it right at 30?
Perfect.
Okay.
So
We
now
knew.
got it.
We knew this time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pookie.
Our camera, we got it. It died on us the last time we did this. We were wondering why, and we found out because it goes for 30
It
minutes.
has a
and then
30-minute
stops.
timer just built in, I guess.
Just in case
Probably
you,
is. It's
you
probably
accidentally
setting.
record.
Oh, I
and,
don't
you
wanna
know,
record
you
anything
just-
above 30
Yeah,
minutes.
you wouldn't. Why would
Heaven
you want to do
forbid.
that? Why would you want to do that?
It's probably a setting that I have locked in there, and I gotta fix it.
The camera brand will remain unknown,
I'm so sorry.
so we
Hunter.
retain sponsorship.
It's the wet wood. It's just. Put
It's
it on
fine.
there.
Yeah, we need-
But
we
we
need
need
more
it
of
to
that.
keep it burning. So.
So
I don't know what to do. Just close your eyes and just
close your eyes and
Alright,
talk.
you're gonna hear me
Do you have your
talk through
mask?
this.
Think that'd help?
Huh?
Like the little mask thing.
No,
put the
no,
mask
not
over
for
your
my
eyes.
eyes.
I know, but
Put it
just
over
close
your
your
eyes.
eyes.
So I'm just gonna talk. So I basically, from
Go
my
for it.
understanding and knowledge of Helltown, I remember researching this when we were in college
Oh.
to go to it as like a group of friends, and I saw it there. And at the time, it was very. Is it moved at all? No. At
No.
the time, it was very.
You're like,
It's
bring it to
still-
you.
It was still very abandoned buildings and all that kind of stuff was
We did it.
very.
They were there.
They were
real.
there apparently, but we never went.
Yep.
And so I also was like, oh, that's like a 3-hour drive. I don't know if we want to do that. But I had saw this and started reading all this stuff. I was like, there's satanic cults. There's a Wendigo. There's an axe murderer. There's a school bus that's haunted. It
What
was
more do you want?
just
All
so
the
much
above.
stuff.
Everything you could want.
And it was so fun. It's just like, again, you have a place with a legend, and that culminates. So we see it there. So, yeah, like that's I think that's fun. And we talked about like local legends and how they were created. This one it got a larger claim to even be a fully produced movie with all the
Mhm.
legends that had come out of it, which would be a fun movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's it's interesting to see like a local legend get to that much popularity. But
It is. It's interesting how much traction it has, given I feel like ultimately how few of the legends like have things you can actually see.
Spoilers.
Which spoilers, but the
How dare you
main thing
claim
that
this.
actually was true is there were about a bunch of abandoned buildings along this road that we walked on. They're
Yeah.
not there anymore, except for like one or two. They got torn down around 2016, at least according to Atlas Obscura online. So,
Sounds very.
which I
very
mean, they
reliable.
do give a pretty grounded take on what Helltown actually
Yeah.
is. But there was this, which we saw the road. It's pretty banged up as you go along it. There's these like 2-foot deep potholes.
solid
Yeah.
2 foot deep washouts.
Like 10-foot long just gashes out of the road as you go in because it's like you said, it was just seemed to be paved on dirt.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was
So the
just a
dirt's
dirt
just-
road. They turned
yeah.
into a gravel road, and then we're just like, yeah, let's put some asphalt on top of this,
And then
it
the
just
dirt
washed
just
out.
Yeah.
erodes away and now it's like collapsed on itself.
Yep.
So it is aesthetically I understand why it would be creepy if there was that road plus all these abandoned houses that are just not that have been abandoned since the 70s, which again we'll get into that in a
Yeah.
second why that is. That is a rife location for you to build other stuff around. All the fantastical stuff I think just stems from the fact that location-wise it was like, oh, this is a scary place.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yep.
So
But the thing about Helltown that when we were researching, again, you can go on and talk about all this scary, spooky stuff all the time. But the fact of the matter is that there is truth to this place, and that's why we decided. And actually, the true story is probably even more interesting. So
true.
we're gonna get into that and just talk to you about what the truth behind Helltown is. And so, Ben, why don't you start us off? Why don't you read a couple
I'll
paragraphs?
read a couple and then I'll find a good. I wrote this, so I'll find a good. I feel like I have a good sense of
did.
when to cut off
He did.
and when to kind of switch over. So I'll start us off. The truth, section 2. So first off, in present day, Helltown no longer exists in any form. The abandoned buildings that line Stanford Road were finally torn down in 2016, almost 50 years after they were first abandoned. But why were they there in the first place? How did a small ghost town come to be in the forests of Cuyahoga Valley? To understand that, we need to turn to the infamous Cuyahoga River fire. In July 1969, sections of the Cuyahoga River caught on fire in a natural disaster that was eye-opening for the nearby Cleveland and Akron residents. The fire was caused by the massive amounts of industrial waste and chemicals being dumped into the river by the growing industrial infrastructure of these cities, and it served as a stark illustration of the true extent of the pollution. Disasters like this led the federal government to start creating what are called national recreation areas. You can abbreviate that NRAs, but then it's like the NRA,
National
which is
Rifle
confusing.
Association. Yeah.
So we could just call them like recreation areas. I think
Okay,
that's what
yeah,
I
that's
refer
better.
to them as throughout, just so it's not confusing. So a national recreation area is a large space that combines unused federally owned land, oftentimes military bases that were not in use anymore, or just land the federal government happened to own, and combine that with city and state-owned parks to create a more urban equivalent of what a national park is. So not a big space of wilderness, but more like a really big city park that's nearer
Right.
to a city.
Right.
So I believe the first two were like in California near San Francisco and some other city. And then the next one to be formed was Cuyahoga. These spaces sought to stave off the increasing industrialization of American land and protect the natural resources for the public good. And then,
So,
Trying to
real
think.
quick, I want
Yeah.
to make the comment.
for sure.
When it talks about the toxic waste dump and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
In theory. Yeah.
And there's more to that will even come later down the road of maybe there is a place around here that did have toxic chemicals.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. But yeah, again, myths grounded in a grain of truth.
Yeah. David, do you want to go ahead and continue to read a couple paragraphs?
Yeah, if you want to read like the next
3.
like 3, yeah, perfect.
Sweet. All right. In 1973, U.S. Congressman John
Sieberling?
Sieberling?
Yeah, you
John
got it.
Sieberling
It's
of
a weird
Ohio
name.
introduced H.R. 7077, a bill that would set aside a vast 20,000-acre swath of land along the Cuyahoga Valley as a national recreation area.
You got it.
He's been pushing for such an initiative for years, even while local and state governments were already coordinating with the federal government to make this a state park area. And then
You got
then
it.
President Gerald Ford's administration had advised him to veto the bill, viewing the current efforts to make it a state park as a better option. Co-sponsor of this bill, Senator Robert Taft Jr., personally called Ford, who had already drafted a veto and was then on vacation.
The
I
fire
genuinely can't open
sabotaging.
my eyes right now. All right, wait.
You got it. Take your
Who's on
time. We can even.
Ben, you want to switch off for this?
Yeah, I got it. I'm sorry. Stupid fire. So the senator called President Ford, who had already drafted a veto and was on vacation with his family skiing, to warn him that he would lose Ohio in the upcoming presidential election if he vetoed the bill. So on that same day, President Ford signed the bill instead of vetoing it, approving the formation of the Cuyahoga Valley National Recreation Area.
I can take this next one here.
Yeah, if you want to do the next one.
All right, within this large portion of land sat several rural communities, including Boston Township, populated primarily by local farmers who relied on their land to make a living. With the passing of the bill, the Department of the Interior and the National Park Service now had the authority to exercise eminent domain over this land. We love eminent domain.
Eminent domain.
What is eminent domain, Hunter?
Eminent domain.
It's like,
Am I supposed to know?
You were supposed to have
looks
prepared
I'm
like
a
for this.
creative media specialist, man.
We have an explanation right here.
I had
Hunter, actually.
I freaking bachelor's in marketing. I don't know this. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna read
Hopefully
this.
this is clear because eminent domain is kind of weird, but I can.
I can read it. So,
kinda- I
eminent
understand.
domain is the
Yeah.
process by which the government acquires private property for public purposes, be it roads, parks, or the like. Typically, an independent appraiser will decide a fair price for the government to pay the property owner for their land. And the property owner can either accept this deal or refuse it and face legal action from the government. That makes sense.
It's a voluntary choice that you can
It's
choose
a voluntary
either way.
choice. But if you don't choose it, you're in condemnation and will be sued by the government. So
They're like, hey, can we take your land? And they're like, no.
We'll
And they're
pay
like,
you this
"Oh,
price."
That's fine. That's totally fine, dude. However, you're going to jail.
It's over for you.
It's
Lawsuit.
over for you. Lawsuit.
hey, this random guy that is a person we hired said that you should pay. We'll pay you this much for your land. and not a cent
Independent
more.
and hired by the government.
It's an independent government appraiser. Is going to decide on the price for your land.
They come,
So give it to us, or we're going to sue you.
they
So,
come, they come in. They're like, yeah, man, this is like
$50.
$50.
$40?
Which I mean, that's I don't think it's ever that stark.
No,
but
but
like there
it's-
is a general air of kind of coerciveness.
Right.
too.
Yeah. There's a portion of it.
You
so,
need a way for the government to get land that they need to like build roads through and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a tough process.
Yeah.
So
I'll read this. So, however, in the
Go for it.
1974 bills allowed for an alternative to eminent domain called a scenic assessment
easement. You got it.
in which the government would only buy the minimum amount of land necessary for the recreation area, allowing the property owner to keep the majority of their land and stay in their home. This practice allows for a balance between public and private interests, and the 1974 bill indicated, I don't know where to go, indicated the federal government ought to favor it over condemnation whenever possible, which makes sense.
And that's what
Yeah,
the
it makes a lot
quote
of sense.
is below, which I'm not going to read, but it's literally from the bill where they say the secretary should try to use scenic easements whenever possible and should only do fee titles, which is another way to say eminent domain, when it's
Yeah.
necessary. And there was also, I think that's what the next paragraph says. Do you want me to take over? Or do you want to read this next one real quick and then you can probably read this one, the one below the quote.
Yeah, so the bill also required
Yep.
the Secretary of Interior to submit a detailed report within 1 year of what specific pieces of land were essential for the creation and recreation area and how and when they plan to acquire these properties. The specific administration of this plan would then be in the hands of the recreation area's superintendent, a man named Bill Birdsell.
Bill Birdsell,
Bill Birdsell.
a good friend of ours that we'll talk about some more.
Is he a good guy? I don't
We'll see. But yeah, basically, the bill specifically said try to let people keep their land as much as possible, and
Good thing.
also the government needs to. The people in charge of this, which is the Department of Interior and the National Park Service, they need to give a detailed plan of what properties they need and why and how they're going to buy it. Like, it's not just going to be willy-nilly. It needs to be targeted, essentially. That's what the bill says.
So the bill was actually crafted better than it seems to have been executed.
Correct.
Okay.
Speaking of execution, I can take this next part. For the
Is
next
someone
few
about to
paragraphs.
die? What?
That comes later.
Cool.
Well, the execution of the bill, but there's also death. For whatever reason, the department's acquisition plan was extremely vague and ambiguous, leaving much of the decision-making up to Mr. Birdsell. Birdsell personally felt this project would require a large amount of land acquisition to create a meaningful space for public use. He essentially envisioned Cuyahoga as a national park, a large swath of nature with minimal human presence. This vision led him to go against the language of the bill, using eminent domain to acquire the vast majority of the land instead of granting scenic easements when possible. This meant the majority of people living in these communities were essentially forced to sell their homes to the government or face legal action. In this process, many were forced to do so without being given good reason. One resident was told his house had to be destroyed because it was visible from the recreation area and would therefore be a, quote, intrusion to visitors.
I mean, valid. Man doesn't need a roof over his head. I need to not see a house when I look
I
at
don't
my
want to
campground.
see that A-frame from my park. An A-frame is not at all a camping
I
vibe.
better
okay?
not
No.
see a house when I'm taking my proposal photos with my new husband from New York. Okay? If I see those houses, I'm going to shoot someone in the head.
Whoa.
But that's the idea of this, right? You know, there is, in order to be scenic, a scenic easement is a what's the word? A loose term, a subjective term. What is scenic then?
I think scenic, the idea is to be like, we want to take stuff that is necessary to allow for the creation of a scenic, like, recreation area. So this
Right.
isn't crazy in terms of what the purpose of, like, buying land up would be. But what's interesting is that a local journalist actually went to investigate this and found that it wasn't true at all. That
Oh,
he could not
great.
at all see the house from anywhere on, like, the park boundaries. That I don't think this house was even within the recreation, like, area land. It was
Yeah.
just like, this is going to be an intrusion, so we're going to buy it off you because eminent domain.
So it was just like some random guy, and they were just like, "Yeah, we
He
want
lived
that.
nearby.
We want that house. It's near the thing we're building. We want that."
And I will remind you all, because the sun is going down, we have less than 30 minutes to be
True.
done with this.
So I'm going to
Okay.
keep powering through here.
Yes.
I'll tap off in a minute, but another resident was given multiple conflicting reasons as to why his land was being acquired. First, that it would be turned into a horse trail, then that his house would be completely bulldozed to preserve the open space, and then finally that his house would be turned into a visitor center because it was, quote, so nice.
Wow.
It's a very nice house. Can we have it?
Yeah.
We're either gonna bulldoze it or turn it into a
We
visitor
actually
center.
Actually, no,
want
we're
it.
going to bulldoze it. Actually, we are not going to do that. Actually,
We
we're going
want
to keep
it.
it because it's so nice. So, yeah.
Okay.
Those are some examples. David, if you're able to read,
Yeah.
if you could read like the next two, that'd be great, and then we can go over to Hunter, and then we can finish out
how
the
does,
section.
Okay, wait. I think I lost the place.
It's
there.
No matter the
no
reason.
matter the reason is the
Yeah.
first.
No matter the reason. The perception among locals was that the government wanted the land, regardless of how it impacted their lives or livelihoods. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting as well,
A little
reading this
bit.
so far. But
little bit.
we'll see. A local farmer tried to argue that he relied on his land for a living. The National Park Service responded that his farming only counted as a hobby because it did not produce enough income. Sorry, you're too poor.
Poor.
We're gonna take that anyway. You don't
Yeah,
need that
thank
money.
you.
Clearly can't live off of it.
That's fine.
They actually specifically, there's a documentary about this called For All People, For All Time that's really good, where I got a lot of these stories from. And it's this like 60-year-old guy, and he's like, they were going to give me a scenic easement, but they would only let me keep my house and would take all my farmland. And he was like, well, I need it to live. And they were like, you don't make enough money.
Why isn't he farming the land his house is on? If he really needed the money, he'd be doing that too.
Why don't you just take that square your house is on?
Yeah, live in
Plant a
tent.
garden.
Why don't you
dude.
do
I don't
that,
know.
Jeez.
dummy?
In response to the growing public backlash, Congressman Sieberling would argue, as far as I'm concerned, my personal interest and everyone else's personal interest who lives in this valley is secondary to the public interest.
True.
So the greater public is better than the local public,
True.
I guess. Neat.
Inspiring.
Neat, inspiring.
Inspiring. Thanks, Mr. Sieberling.
So, despite local residents' objections, the Department of Interior and NPS pushed ahead with their plans, coercing local residents to sell their homes and businesses, and sometimes using armed military men to enforce their removal. The NBNs plastered no trespassing signs all over the abandoned houses and would make regular patrols to ensure former residents had not returned. I'm going to do this. Hello. Soon after, the government had started letting local firefighters burn down many of the houses, as part of their training exercises, destroying many of the houses and businesses the former residents had built themselves. Despite his best efforts, however, Birdsell would not live to see the fruition of his vision. While cleaning out his desk to take over a new project, he suffered a heart attack and passed away in 1980.
God has judged
That's
him.
not, I was about to say,
Dude,
God judged you at that
The
moment.
documentary literally cuts from an interview with him talking about his vision to the narrator being like, but he would not be able to see his vision through, and then just to his grave. Just like a
my
quick
gosh.
cut to
Womp womp.
William Birdsell, like 19 whatever to 1980. It's crazy. But yeah. There you go. Womp 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 womp.
Oh,
Womp
crap.
womp.
Oh, crap.
No more bird cell.
So no more Birdsell. He's gone.
We lost a hero that day.
So
Did
true.
we?
I mean, actually, the local community was saved that day.
No, I mean,
but also maybe it was destroyed.
By that
Um,
point, however, most residents had already removed their homes, and many of their homes had been destroyed. Those that remained stood abandoned for decades as development of their recreational areas slowed as the government spending on the project bloated from the original $34 million to well past $100 million due to the eminent domain purchases.
Who could see a government project going over budget?
It's almost like they weren't meant to just buy every single property.
Yeah.
But instead do specific small purchases.
No, I
based on
think
what
I
they
think
needed.
I think they meant to buy as much property as possible. The 34 million was more of a suggestion. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh yeah.
And then to
Yeah.
finish out the section, development was further stalled when certain residents were successfully able to challenge the government's acquisition of their property with a court requiring the government to sell back the land to its original owners. Few residents ended up moving back, however, as many of their houses had already been burned down to the ground or were beyond repair. That's awful.
Wow,
That's just so bad.
That's awful.
What if the real Helltown was government overreach?
I love how we have. I'll just say this, which if you like this more realistic storytelling,
Mhm.
there's no mysterious thing about this, and I have theories about these things. This is a different take on Helltown and what it was, but this is just real,
Mhm.
and this is really what happened to these people, and it just sucks. I don't know. I don't know really
Yeah,
know
it's
how to
sad.
describe
It's
it.
sad.
It's just sad. So,
It's sad in the documentary with the footage of just like firefighters burning down houses, and also the way that Birdsell and firefighters and national park officials just use words like obliterate and destroyed when talking about removing people's homes
Yeah.
for working on the project. It's like this is like a home someone built.
Yeah.
Like obviously you can be like, we need to clear this out. This is for the development of like a natural preserve that's important for the public. But don't say you're going to obliterate someone's childhood home.
I remember someone as they
Word
were.
choice.
We need to eviscerate this family home, single-family dwelling.
I remember
crazy.
someone had said they had posted quote on the side of their home. They had spray painted on the side of their home as they were getting things down, and it said this. Now we feel how the Indians felt.
Yep.
And now I don't know if I can solidly make a 1-to-1, whatever that would.
There
be.
can be differences in
There's
the
probably
scope
differences
and
between the two of those
intensity
things.
of suffering,
But it is a reality of like, oh, that is like you are walked in. Someone walks in and says, "This is our land now," and you're like, "Well, what do you mean?" And that's like, "Nope, this is it," and they're powerless to do anything about it.
and the government's paying them, but it's a price they can't arbitrate usually, at least back then. And also, some of these are just businesses. Like
Right.
this is a floral shop that you're forcing me to shut down.
Sure, you're gonna pay
I'm
for it,
losing a
but this is
business,
my
yes.
money.
So
The
This is my
business is
business.
worth
Yeah.
way more than the
So-
land normally is, or the building, or anything like that.
yeah, it's there's a callousness, I feel like, in how this was implemented that I think
Yeah.
leads to why maybe there's so much mythos, which I can kind of
Why don't you finish us
finish
off
us
there
out
on that?
with the truth behind the myths. And thus, the Helltown mythos was born, with its grain of truth stemming from this reality. For decades, Stanford Road really was lined with decrepit houses left uncared for due to ambiguous government mandates and drawn-out court proceedings. The cursed school bus was actually a bus a local family had purchased to live out of while their home was being renovated, and that they had left behind when the government condemned their property.
Wow.
So that's the cursed school bus myth. Probably
Right.
just stems from there was a bus in the woods,
Right.
and a family had bought it to live out while they fixed their house up, and then left it because they got kicked out of their house.
Right. Right.
In terms of chemical spills, a local dump that the government acquired in 1985 was discovered to have dangerously high levels of toxic chemicals, including arsenic, heavy metals, and industrial sludge, when several park rangers began developing symptoms. It took the government decades and millions of dollars to clean up the site before it could be integrated into the park, which I believe is now a field that they finally finished cleaning in 2020.
Oh wow.
So it took them like 45 years?
It's gotta be bad if
45
like just the
years.
rangers who are just like
35?
there are developing symptoms. Just
Yeah, it
being
was like
around the dump.
headaches and like lung symptoms. It wasn't like the worst, but it was pretty decently like I'm being poisoned slowly
Jeez.
symptoms. So,
Jeez.
and as far as cryptids and satanic cults go, these more supernatural and paranormal claims go hand in hand with theories about government conspiracy. The local church that supposedly serves as a secret satanic cult headquarters is in fact the two churches which we talked about, the closed one on Main Street and then the Catholic church with the upside down cross on the front, which
Right.
is just part of the architecture. Cryptids, meanwhile, did not seem to be part of the Helltown mythos until the Travel Channel documentary from
Documentary
2016
for real, guys.
decided to add that into the folklore. Along the way, inventing tall tales about government military ops and satanic cult sacrifices for entertainment rather than accurate historical recounting.
Wait, so did these things in this Travel Channel documentary? Did they just make these up, or were these like
100%.
rumors that were around?
They some of it seems like entertainment, like they are like here's a found footage of like a military operation gone wrong, but then they frame it as like, oh, this is a recreation almost.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it's fake, but they're framing it like it's not fake.
They're framing it as
And
if
it
it's
kind of
real.
is clearly fake, but then they're also like, here's an expert on this thing, and he's an expert, but also he's an
Yeah.
actor. But he's in the documentary part of it.
Is this
Yeah.
like a cable channel? Or is this like a YouTube channel?
It's like a Discovery Channel
Yeah.
subset,
Okay.
like History Channel, but more kind of.
but more in the this is all actually fake for real, and we know it too.
I hope so, but I don't think people watched it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is just interesting. It's very fun. There's the YouTube video we're gonna link that the guy breaks it down, and it's really funny. Just how crazy it is. Yeah.
And so just to finish it off,
you can
in
finish it off.
2000, Congress changed the site's designation to National Park to fit the reality of what it had become, a vast swath of natural, mostly uninhabited by humans. Whether or not that is what Congress or proponents of the original bill foresaw in their creation of the NRA, or what was it called?
National Recreation Area.
Yep. Does not change the fact that the final product more closely aligned with Bill Birdsell's aspirations, whether that be for better or for worse. And that is the end of the mythos of
Of Helltown.
Helltown. So this one's more interesting. So a lot of the ones we cover are either, in an air of ambiguity. This one's very clear. And this one's like true crime. I think the ambiguity comes in with the mythos and everything that's around it. And so I think an easy way to do it is for people to just be like, well, let me take advantage of a really bad situation, which could be that, right? There's a theory that a lot of people have, which is like cursed location and cursed energy, which is a more spiritual idea, like
Yeah.
New Age spiritualism. But it's the idea that, like, hey, because all these bad things happened in one area, there is something supernatural going on. Like, we went up to the church, and the EMF reader did go off. And we
That
were
is
like,
a thing to note. Yeah.
it did
And
happen.
in church, just it had a lot of electrical magnetic field.
And we went and
for
checked
some
certain
reason.
things. I can even play the video right now of me doing it. We went and checked certain things. We went to see, and it was like, no, this sparked for some reason, which you can go back and forth on. But
Yeah.
the reality is, there's truly something to this place. It's beautiful, yet it's kind of dark in a lot of the ways it is, and I think that's where the ambiguity comes in. It's like, how does these connect, and where do these come together? But unfortunately, when it comes to the true tragedy of Helltown,
It was the friends we made along the way.
True.
we set that up so well to be like, the true tragedy is
The true tragedy is a fumbled, good-intentioned government operation. It was a bill that seemed to actually be pretty decent in trying to
Yep.
make a good national park light experience out of this really beautiful land that we're in.
Yeah.
And then some specific people's aspirations got in the way, and then it had to be people getting kicked out of their homes by armed military men because the government wants to. And I don't think that's ever good. And I think the thing is, it's not that government is inherently bad. It's just you need balance. And I think scenic easements, again, there are always alternatives that balance a private citizen's rights with the broader public interest. But it just wasn't chosen in this case. So.
Right.
Seems like the bill really gave one man too much power to decide how this was all going to be executed. Yeah, no one person is non-corrupt.
yeah.
Yep.
There's always problems. Yeah. So this one was a cool one for us to go and visit and go and see. Again, it changed. There wasn't anything like we went to Okefenokee. Okefenokee was like, oh, there's all these all these things. And this one we were like, no, let's focus on what actually happened here. What actually happened is just a fumble and a really
fumble.
bad one.
I agree. That's a good word for it.
A fumble.
Yeah.
And a really bad
It's
one.
just like a thing that went bad.
Yeah.
They just
And it
fumbled.
caused a lot of pain. And so, but yeah, I'm just it's a very interesting story and a cool one to tell. But yeah, I think this is definitely different than how we've covered topics before.
For sure.
Again, we've kind of just like, ooh, this is something that's true, but we don't know what's going on with it. This one's like, no, this is true, and this is where we're at, and this is just true history. And I'm trying to talk with all this smoke, but
Which, of course, I was just going to say history obviously can be interpreted. So I'm going to definitely link the document that we read through as well as the sources that I used to build it, because I think it's important for people to look into things for themselves as well. So if you're curious, I'll link what I had and what I referenced, and you can go from there. But I did want to end by just, as Hunter's suffering over here, being
Suffering.
crucified by the smoke, asking our special guest, David, if you had any closing thoughts for us as the fire slowly deprives us of oxygen
Yeah.
about this topic, or any things you were thinking
Yeah, I just
about.
think it's been fascinating. It's a gorgeous park, and I think it really is a lot of a story of how a well-intentioned government thing can go awry due to specific people maybe having more power than they should to dictate lots of people's lives, and maybe this person wasn't even necessarily elected by the people who he's now kind of controlling.
The National Park Service Superintendent of Cuyahoga, that sounds elected to me.
Yeah, it sounds like definitely someone these people voted for
Oh,
to
yeah,
have in
yeah,
office.
for sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I love national parks. I've been to a ton of them, and I just think it's a difficult thing to try to carve one out between two pretty major cities. We're probably an hour from Cleveland and Akron.
Yeah.
Within that, and
not
they're
less.
trying to carve a national park-sized chunk of land out of that in the 70s, which is really late. Ohio's pretty populated by the 70s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gorgeous park though.
It is
Been a
nice.
great time here.
It is a nice. You have to appreciate what it is now, while also appreciating the process and the fumble of that process as it got there.
Yeah,
yeah,
So it's the journey.
it's the journey.
and also
Hey.
the barn we were to was kind of.
The
we
barn
did see
was
a
fun.
barn.
We did see a barn with a
the
pentagram
old
on the
decrepit
floor.
barn that
The-
had a lot of graffiti, a lot of
The barn was
inappropriate
fun.
imagery, which was fun.
Ari said the smoke smells like piss. It does have stain. I can see.
We
easily
do have
right
a piss
here.
log
We're
burning in the
not
Got
fire
a
right
piss
now.
log burning.
We're not cooking
Uh,
over the piss log.
What We got a piss log.
But yeah, like besides the abandoned, we saw an abandoned barn, right? We
did.
saw the road,
We
the
saw
road to nowhere, the
road to
closed
school.
sign.
With the Radiator Springs like pavement job on
Yeah,
it.
the Lightning
Yeah.
McQueen pavement
It's
job.
just like splattered asphalt like all over the road. like,
Yeah.
yeah,
really
initially it was
haphazard.
just the asphalt was just splattered. Yeah, it was so.
And then there was a ditch later on, so it was
Yeah,
it
it was
wild.
crazy.
true, but I think besides that, there wasn't a school bus.
Nope.
No school
Wasn't
bus.
really a slaughterhouse because the barn. I mean, the barn might have been a slaughterhouse. Maybe.
I guess it could have
It
been.
had a little like metal
It could have
hanging
been.
set, but you
Yeah.
know,
Who
not really any
knows?
abandoned buildings left because they were all torn down. So,
Yeah.
what if the real horror, like we said, was
Was the government?
unaccountable?
What if the
unaccountable
real order
leaders.
was the piss log?
Yeah,
Piss
there you
log
go.
is the true horror. I'm glad I'm not getting a face full of smoke right now.
Hey, I'm taking it for the team.
Oh, yes, you are.
So, Hunter, do you have anything else to say while the smoke is sparing you as it starts to turn
No, I
back to
do
you?
not. I think that concludes our time, and yeah, I'm excited to do. Hopefully, the goal is to do more of these. If you like them, we want to go out and explore and be able to see new places, and we like supernatural, mysterious places. So
It's getting me now.
we might do more of this, where we go to locations and we sit on site, and we experience the place for ourselves and talk to you about it.
We'll figure out the campfire.
Yeah, the
At some point.
campfire. The campfire. I have a solo stove that we were like, we'll leave. We're going to make sure to
Definitely
bring that
something
next
like
time.
that would probably be a little more.
It's not your fault, but we were. Ari was on the.
You couldn't fit it in the Civic hatchback,
You could have
bro?
been in the Civic
Come on.
hatchback.
You got room? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, took up your backseat.
So
Anyway.
funny. But yeah, we would love to do more of this. So if you like it, let us know. And if you
Yeah.
like more of the true crime, which is like not necessarily mysterious, kind of has truth, has like a very specific end, let us know. I'd like to
Historical
know.
events.
What do you mean it's
Yeah.
all true? It's all true, all of it.
Oh, everything is true that
Yeah,
we've ever
everything's
covered.
true.
True.
And nothing is. Let that sit in. Nothing's true, but everything is.
If you think about it.
If you think about it. Well, Ben, why don't you?
I'll close this out real quick.
Yeah, do you have a?
Thank you for joining us again at Delphi National Park today. Links to the original stories, the document I made, and the sources will be linked in the description. If you enjoy the show and want to hear more, we would really appreciate if you followed us or subscribed. It would mean so much, right, Hunter?
So much.
Oh, yes. Also, since Hunter and I are new to this, we would love to hear your feedback by either giving us a rating or leaving a comment, as that will best help us create a better show for y'all. Again, thank you all so much for joining us around literally this stupid campfire. So,
piss log.
in honor of Piss Log, let's say goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, real quick. Thank you to David
Oh, yeah,
for being our
of
special
course.
guest.
Thanks for having me on. It's a great
Yeah,
time.
It was a good time. We got to talk through it. It was a quicker time because our light is dying.
The sun
and
is
the sun
the
was
sun
light.
is
Yeah, we don't really have control of
disappearing.
that.
Yeah,
So-
but also thanks to Ari. Go ahead and he's our production guy this time. So very
Done a
There
great
he
job
is.
turning the camera back on.
Oh, he's back.
he's back.
So he's been helping us out, and he's been
And
helping
keeping
us
the fire
keep the fire.
alive.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
this
added piss
cursed
log in.
fire.
My knees are warm.
Added in piss log. Anyway, but yeah, after that, goodbye.
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 See you next time.
See you next time.